How important is it, given the recent attacks in Paris, Brussels, and the latest in Manchester, to also incorporate security features, security barriers, when designing buildings?
I think technology will respond as it does to needs and crises. And technology, in that sense, will be more discreet, and will be more effective. So I think that we always see the response of a technology to a crisis. The more that you make the city pedestrian friendly, the more secure it becomes against trucks and cars. But of course, you're still left with other security issues. But
do you believe terror, like acts of terror, actually make buildings more expensive? Or is it something that actually, as you seem to suggest, it's just an adaptation, right, that architects and buildings need to adapt? I think
buildings continually adapt in that way, and the technology adapts to it. But in the end, I think it's very much an open question of whether you can produce, ultimately, a building that is totally safe, any more than a street or a square.
I mean, throughout your many years of career, is there one building, one campus, or one site that you especially liked working on?
It's an impossible question. It's like children. Which is your favorite child? Perhaps the one building that does, in a way, tick more boxes is perhaps the Reichstag. It's a symbol of democracy. It's about public space. It's about making democracy transparent. It's a manifesto in terms of energy. It's zero carbon, zero waste. It incorporates works of art by artists from around the world, and it's become a symbol of a nation and a city.
Talk to me about campuses versus buildings in cities. The Apple campus received rave reviews. Do you prefer doing that to a building in a place which is already locked?
The Apple campus has its roots in the 1960s, the 1970s, demonstrating, although not building it, but predicting that buildings that can breathe, that can work with nature, can reduce the dependence on energy, can reduce pollution, can be effective in terms of combating climate change. So that as a philosophy finds its way into buildings like Apple. They're buildings that work with the climate. They're cleaner, they're fresher, and they're healthier as buildings. And that's very important for the occupants in terms of lifestyle.
What will your foundation, headquartered in Madrid, focus on?
An educational program about anticipating the future, targeting younger generations, and encouraging the different disciplines to focus on critical issues, climate change, issues of the city.
Norman Foster, do you worry about Brexit?
I worried about Brexit. It shocked me. It's against everything that I believe in as a European. But it has happened. It's a democratic decision. And as such, I think that you make the best of every challenge. You try to turn the challenge into an opportunity.
But will it hurt actually architects, and will it hurt the construction business?
I think that the process of globalization, of trade between nations, is unstoppable. And in that sense, I think the bigger picture is much more important.